slap the table.
Well,
All
we
right.
need your shoe.
We'll call the December meeting of the Area Planning Commission to order. Can I have roll call, please?
Ryan Baker,
Present.
Kevin Beaver,
Here.
James Chrisman, Terry Clark, Mark Linkenbeard, John Collette,
Here.
Norm Froderman,
Here.
Don Folk, John Hanley,
Here.
Marcus Mauer,
Here.
Debbie May, Amanda Thompson, William Burdine,
Here.
Fred Wilson.
All right, we do have a quorum. Can I have everybody stand for the pledge of allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I assume everyone's had an opportunity to review the minutes from our previous meeting as well as the status report. Do we have any corrections?
Motion approved.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion passes. We do have a letter under the public comments, non-agenda items from Mr. Paul Lockhart. I don't see Paul, do you? Paul Lockhart? No. Okay. Do we?
I'd be happy to address it.
You go
Just briefly.
ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Mr. Lockhart has contacted both our office, commissioners, and some other people about his concerns with the new construction of the Zinc Power facility and the proximity to their property line and how it may impact his property across the street. He was asking for like 300 feet of buffering space. Apparently, he was guaranteed that there would be at least 100. I know when we reviewed the site plan, it was to code, and that they had included buffer space in front of the building as well as some additional green space at the edge of the property. So it does meet code.
It does meet code?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any comments from anyone on the planning commission? Okay, if not, we'll move on. There weren't any plat committee, there's no plat committee report, no plats were approved by staff. So the first item on the docket under new business, city rezoning, docket number 86, special ordinance number 38, 2024. Oh, hell, I left you out.
That's okay. I've already spoken once.
That's usually all you get.
Yeah, that's what I
But
need.
since John rightfully corrected me, let's let you have an opportunity to.
This evening,
Share
I
your
do
wisdom.
need a second chance because we do have, in addition to our written reports, the meeting dates and deadlines for
Okay.
next year. That will need your approval, please.
Okay. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Don't worry about it.
In addition to that, you have two other handouts in front of you. One, the letter was from Mr. Lockhart, and then there's one that is in relation to our last agenda item. And I'll call that out once we get there.
Okay. Any concerns over the meeting dates set forth by the staff?
I don't have a copy of them, I'm assuming they're the first Wednesday of the month.
I didn't get one either.
I didn't get one either.
I didn't either.
Here's another one.
No, I didn't get one.
I don't think they put them in there.
I saw them this morning.
Did we?
They're the same as
I was hoping to bluff through there
Yeah.
just by saying, if anybody have any questions, but nobody had it.
There was my copy. Promise you.
Okay with you?
I'm good.
That's okay. We can,
Meeting dates.
They were on the back of the letter that when I failed to hand them out, I knew what I was setting up. Thank you.
everybody's good. So we need a motion to accept the meeting dates.
They're still looking at them. They didn't have me up there. So moved.
Got a motion for approval. Those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Meeting dates are established. Sydney, don't want to pass you up.
You just have an update of some things that we were involved in the past month.
Okay. Any questions from anyone from staff or the director or assistant director? Entertain a motion for their reports.
Move to approve. Second.
Those in favor? Motion passes. Now we'll move on to Mr. Fellings. Docket number 86, special ordinance number 38, 2024, 720 Beach Street, 1701, 1705, 1707, 1715 North 7th Street, 1700, 1704, 1708, 1716 North 8th Street, from an R2 to a C1 to a C2 Community Commerce District.
The property owner is Union Hospital, Inc. Proposed use is a parking lot. Proposed zoning is C2 Limited Community Commerce. Current zoning is R2, two-family residence, and C1 Neighborhood Commerce District, represented by Mr. Felling. It is R2 to the north and east, C2 to the south, and C3 to the west. Union Hospital is requesting to rezone 9 parcels for the use of an additional parking lot. City code requires screening to adjacent residential properties for parking areas for more than 10 vehicles. However, the adjacent residentially zoned properties are owned by Union Hospital. The special use is required for an off-street parking facility and located elsewhere than on the same zoning lot as the principal use served. In their recommendation, the Department of Engineering states the intended use would not alter the neighborhood's characteristic or create any significant problems for the surrounding area. Staff offers a favorable recommendation with the following conditions: any variances or special uses required, and site plan approval by the Department of Engineering.
Mr. Felling.
Members of the commission, Mr. President, Eddie Felling with Linden Felling Law Firm. I'm here tonight representing Union Hospital. I think Sydney did a great job. I don't know if anybody's been over to Union recently. They have a little bit of a parking issue. The purpose of this lot, which is immediately to the north, if you can visualize from the hospital, will create an additional 163 spots. The primary purpose is to make this staff parking in this area, and that will relieve or open up some of the parking in the main on the main hospital lot. There was a question at some point about ADA parking. This doesn't include any ADA spots, but they obviously have more than enough of what the minimum requirements are on the hospital lot itself. With regard to the C2 designation, that's what the parent parcel is, so that's what the actual hospital is zoned as currently. And we're hopeful to have this project get started in February, March, and then once we can get asphalt put down. So I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know the staff report mentions a buffer zone and a special use requirement. If this passes, we'll have to go in front of the BZA next month as well.
Any questions from anyone on the committee?
And
Anyone here?
I apologize. Mike Mullins is here as well from
Okay.
Union Hospital. He's the go-to guy for anything with regard to the buildings or any of the improvements out there. So if you have any questions, he's also there.
Okay.
So if you're close enough to a residential area, you're supposed to put some type of a screen up. I think what we'll be asking for is that be removed because Union owns those buildings. The point of that rule is to help protect someone that owns a home, someone just doesn't put a parking lot right next to it. Because they own both sides of it, we'll be asking later for the BZA to consider removing that requirement. Again, since they're the owners, they would benefit from the screen.
Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Next item under new business, city rezoning docket number 87, special ordinance number 39, 2024, 2121 and 2145 Lafayette Avenue from a C1 and C2 to a C3 regional commerce district.
The property owners are M3 Holdings LLC. Proposed use is a Qdoba restaurant. Proposed zoning is C3 Regional Commerce District, currently zoned C1 and C2, represented by Mr. Shagley. To the north is C5, R3 to the west, and C3 to the south and east. The petitioners are requesting to rezone the property for a Qdoba restaurant. The use is in character for the area. There is possible unmapped flood zone in the area. A request has been submitted for clarification from IDNR. If the request results in additional flood zones that impact the property owners may request a formal investigation by IDNR. No site plans with setbacks, parking, etc. have been provided with the application. In their recommendation, the Department of Engineering stated the intended use would not alter the neighborhood's characteristics or create any significant problems for the surrounding area. They provided a favorable recommendation. Staff recommends a favorable recommendation with the following conditions: site plan approval, including parking and stormwater drainage, and then development must wait for the mapping of the unmapped stream.
Mr. Shagley.
Mr. President, fellow members of the commission, my name is Richard Shagley. I'm with the law firm Wright, Shagley & Lowry. Tonight I'm here on behalf of M3 Holdings LLC. They're the owners of this property on Lafayette Avenue. It is their hopes that this property can be rezoned to C3 so they can build and maintain and operate a Qdoba restaurant. As mentioned, a site plan was not provided. That has not been approved yet, so we don't have the final plans on how the site plan is going to be laid out. As you are aware, this is a franchise, and there are a few hurdles and hoops you get to jump through that process. But obviously, this is the first of many hurdles that we have to go through, and there'll be other departments that have to approve not only the site plan, but drainage plans and everything else. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. I apologize. I wish I had some queso with me tonight. We could all eat it together, but that was clearly an oversight on my part, and I do apologize.
Any questions from anyone on the commission? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not all entertained.
For a favorable recommendation.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item under new business, city rezoning, docket number 88, special ordinance number 40, 2024, 1211 Wabash Avenue and 30 South 12th Street from a C5 to an R3 general residence district.
Well, he sent us Mr. Shagley sent us an email asking to table it earlier today, so I guess he's running out.
Apparently since he's leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
Move the table, second.
Those in favor? Table. Next item under new business, subdivisions and county rezonings. Docket number 83, file number 43, 2024 Robinson subdivision.
Would you like the subdivision and rezoning heard concurrent?
Sure.
Okay, so the property is frontage along South State Road 63 and is commonly associated with 3924 South State Road 63. One new lot of 2.41 acres, the surveyor's Mr. Tolles. The applicant is requesting to subdivide the 4.84 acre parent tract into two lots separating the existing residential dwelling from the acreage in the rear. The rear portion will remain an unplatted remainder. Health Department has approved, public sewer is not available. Public water is available. It's not in the flood zone. The lot does exceed the minimum lot size requirement. State Road 63 is considered a rural arterial roadway, and the property is well served with other utilities. This is considered a major subdivision due to the zoning classification and the number of lots derived from the parent tract. Given the nature of the proposal, staff would like to request a waiver of the major subdivision requirements in favor of the minor subdivision requirements. No new development is anticipated. The petitioner wishes to remove the excess acreage and rezone the property to residential. Residential is not currently permitted in the M2 district. No undue burden should be placed on local infrastructure as a result of this request. Approval of the plat is of course contingent upon it being recorded in 90 days. We offer a favorable recommendation on the subdivision, with the only condition being a rezoning, which is to follow. So we know where the property is, at 3924 South State Road 63. The current zoning is M2 heavy industrial. The proposed zoning is RS single family residential suburban district as a proposed use of a single family residence. So the development priority here is rural residential uses. The surrounding uses to the north, residential T, which stands for trailer park. To the south and east is M2 heavy industrial. To the west is open space. The petitioner seeks to rezone the property with a single-family residence. The home was built in 1918 per the Vigo County Assessor's Office. This is Lot 1 of Robinson subdivision. No new development is anticipated. The surrounding properties are still zoned M2. The property owner must agree to waive any buffering requirements to surrounding M2 zoned properties. The waiver must be in writing and attached to the deed or title. So we offer a favorable recommendation as well on the rezoning request.
Matt, I assume you're representing the owner. Anything you need to add? Any questions for Matt? Anyone on the commission? Anyone here in opposition to this request or these requests?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion's passed. Next item under county rezoning is docket number 82, UZO 21, 2024, 412 and 414 West National Avenue from C8 to C6 Highway Commercial District.
The property owner is 420 Market LLC. The addresses were as stated 412 and 414 West National Avenue. It's on the north side of West National Avenue, approximately 70 feet west of the intersection of North 4th Street and West National Avenue. It's currently zoned C8 Central Business District, and the proposed zoning is C6 Highway Commercial District for the proposed use of a gas station and a market. This area is identified as a neighborhood enhancement area, with the priority being neighborhood commercial uses. To the north is R1, southwest and east are all C8. West National Avenue is a mix of commercial zonings. The petitioner has requested rezoning for a new gas station and market. The location has been various commercial establishments in the past. The existing buildings will be removed. The petitioner states that the building will meet the required setback. We offered a favorable recommendation on the C6 zoning, with the only condition being the combination of both parcels.
Is the petitioner present?
Yes. Hey, my name's Jay. I'm representing 420 Market. And we own 412, 414, and 420, all three buildings in the same parcels. They're all right next to each other. And the 414 is a rundown building. It used to be American Legion's. There's no point of working on it. The best thing is to just tear it down and revitalize the whole three buildings and make it. And the setback of that building is blocking the view of 412 and 420. So for us, that would be the best bet instead of reinvesting money in it and tearing it down and develop something else.
Any questions from anyone on the planning commission? Go ahead.
Your gas station, filling station, whatever you put, how soon are we talking about?
It all depends on money, whenever we get it.
Anything else? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next item under county rezoning is docket number 85, UZO number 23, 2024, part of 3901 South US Highway 41, from an OS to a C3 regional commercial district.
The property is part of 3901 South US Highway 41 Terre Haute. The property owner, Wabash Valley Fair Association, is requesting a rezoning to a regional commercial district for the expansion of the Chick-fil-A drive-through. The surrounding uses are either open space, which are south and to the west, or C3, which are to the north and to the east. This area is identified as regional commercial. The rezoning is an expansion of the use at 3675 South US Highway 41. The petitioner requests to rezone the portion of the property where the boundary was adjusted to accommodate the business expansion. The request will match the adjoining use for the continuity of the zoning across the lot. Any new development is identified in the flood hazard ordinance for Vigo County must obtain permits and meet all regulations. Any additions to the existing structure must maintain compliance with floodplain regulations. Fencing and parking lots have been permitted in the leased area. We offered a favorable recommendations with the conditions being BZA approval for a side setback, and any development must meet the requirement of the flood hazard ordinance for Vigo County.
Is the petitioner present?
Yes, Alan Wiley with GBC here on behalf of the county, or the fairgrounds and Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions you folks have.
Okay. Anyone on the planning commission have any questions? Anyone here speaking in opposition to this request? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next item under resolution is docket number 89, resolution number 1, 2024, amendment to the declaratory resolution for the 2020 Consolidated Economic Development Area.
Okay, one note before we get started here. On the staff review there, any place you see the number 1 for the resolution, I just placed that in as a placeholder because we didn't have the actual resolution number at the time we did our reports.
It's really
So-
17.
So yes, please replace any
Okay.
place you see a 1 with a 17.
Okay.
And then also you will have a handout here accompany this. This is, as we made copies of the resolution itself, the exhibits in black and white did not do justice to what they were trying to do. So we recopied those in color so that you could better see
Okay.
what exactly is depicted there. Like I say, that is a handout there that's placed before you. So the petitioner in this case is the Terre Haute City Redevelopment Commission, whom on November 20th, 2024, approved and adopted its resolution number 17. The resolution, which further amended the declaratory resolution by 1, expanding the area to incorporate the area described on Exhibit A attached to the resolution, 2, removing the area described on Exhibit B attached to the resolution from the existing 2020 consolidated allocation area, and 3, designating the area described on Exhibit C, which is attached to the resolution as an allocation area pursuant to Section 39 of the Act to be known as the New Margaret Allocation Area. And 4, amending the plan as described in Exhibit D attached to the resolution, also named the plan amendment. Staff finds the plan as amended conforms to the comprehensive plan of the City of Terre Haute.
Good evening.
Petitioner's present.
Good evening, Commissioners and Mr. President. My name is Dustin Meeks, and I'm with the law firm of Barnes and Thornburg, here tonight representing the Terre Haute City Redevelopment Commission. And I apologize, Director. I think that we may have got our wires crossed here. There were 2 Plan Commission resolutions that I had provided to Devin. One which we're going to bring at a later date. And one that is much simpler that is for tonight. And I apologize if, would it be okay to read this one? Because the map, I guess I can walk you through it. What the RDC approved in their declaratory resolution was just removing certain decremental parcels from their existing allocation area. They are going to create a new allocation area later this month. They just didn't, we were still working on the map and didn't quite get it all together. And to be, it's also, it's not a disaster if we need to come back next month. But I'm happy to read the resolution if you want.
Is that by chance the other resolution I've got? I mean, I've got one in here that says 1-24.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too. Is that it?
I don't know. We got this all about a week ago. As is common from these, they have a meeting and then they want us to put them on the agenda and we put them on the agenda. So I guess we do have 2 in the packet, 24 and 17.
Right. So you're only wanting to cover 17?
I think it said, well, yeah, the declaratory resolution was 17, dash 2024 of the RDC. The other one is going to come later, and I apologize for that.
So 17 does what and 24 does what?
17 removes certain decremental parcels from the existing 2020 consolidated
Which is what I
allocation
think
area.
he read, but he shouldn't be referencing the mapping. Is that what you're saying?
The map is right. What the director read was expanding the existing economic development area, creating a new allocation area, and that's going to be at a later resolution.
Which is what we got, which was on 24.
Okay?
Is that correct?
Do you mind if I look at those and I can tell you which one is which?
Come on up and look at it.
Thank you kindly.
Okay. Because if we only need to do one tonight, we can do one at a later date. It's not a problem. We just want to make sure which one that we're just doing 17.
Yes.
Okay, so just 17 tonight.
That's what you read, right?
And I was, no, because we had both of them. I thought we were doing both.
Oh, okay, I see.
My report was for 17 and 24.
Oh,
But we're doing just 17 tonight.
Oh.
If that might have number 1, it looked like 24. Should be later. That's the only one you have.
Yeah, again, the one was just a placeholder because we didn't have a number at the time.
Right, and that, yeah, they haven't adopted that declaratory resolution yet. So the number didn't exist because the RDC hasn't assigned it a number yet. That is entirely my fault. I sent Devin both resolutions. I thought we were gonna get the maps put together, and then there was a delay at the RDC that has caused this, and I apologize. Devin has been incredibly helpful, so thank you.
So it doesn't appear that there's anything wrong with what we posted. We read the right resolution and we can act on it, right?
Yeah, in addition to future stuff to come, but we'll revisit that at a later
Right.
date.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Yeah, okay, great.
Anybody else have any questions then? No, I know what they're doing. Okay. There can't be anybody here in opposition to this. No. If Jordan is, we're in trouble. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion passed.
Thank you, commissioners.
We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Those in favor? Aye.